Do you constantly feel like you're stuck in quicksand, weighed down by an invisible force, unable to motivate yourself to do even the simplest tasks? Does that sensation of profound inertia extend from morning till night, making daily life feel like an uphill battle against an unseen current? Do people, or even your own inner voice, often tell you you're just being lazy, that you simply need to try harder, or snap out of it? If you've been feeling lost, uninspired, perpetually unmotivated, and perhaps even burdened by a quiet sense of despair, you're absolutely not alone. In our hyper-competitive society, where the relentless pursuit of wealth, outward success, and constant productivity is glamorized, it's all too easy to fall into the trap of overworking ourselves, pushing past our physical and emotional limits until we hit a wall of chronic stress and debilitating burnout. We're ceaselessly taught to hustle and grind, a pervasive narrative that often makes us feel intensely guilty for any moment of rest, any perceived lack of productivity, or any deviation from peak performance. But what if that profound laziness you're feeling isn't a character flaw, isn't a simple lack of discipline, isn't just you being difficult, but a critical, urgent red flag from your mind and body? What if it's not laziness at all, but something much more serious? A deeper neurological and emotional struggle that requires understanding and support, rather than self-recrimination. Today we're going to dive deep into a topic that many shy away from, often due to stigma or misunderstanding: the crucial difference between feeling unmotivated and experiencing clinical depression. This isn't about shaming you, nor is it about encouraging self-diagnosis. It's about giving you the knowledge, the language, and the profound validation to understand yourself better, and hopefully to find a clearer, more compassionate path forward. Let's uncover the 9 critical signs that what you're experiencing might actually be depression, not just a simple lack of willpower or a temporary slump. Pay close attention, because understanding these signs could be the very first, empowering step towards reclaiming your life, your energy, and your sense of self. First up, consider this: persistent fatigue that goes beyond simple tiredness. We all get tired, especially after a long day at work, a strenuous workout, or a particularly busy period. But depression-related fatigue is profoundly different. It's not just a physical weariness. It's a profound, bone-deep exhaustion that no amount of sleep seems to fix. You wake up feeling as if you haven't slept at all, as if an invisible weight is pressing you down. Simple tasks that once required no thought, like getting out of bed, showering, or making a basic meal, suddenly feel like climbing a treacherous mountain. It's not merely a lack of energy. It's a lack of any capacity for energy, even for things you once enjoyed or found effortless. If your exhaustion feels constant, overwhelming, unexplained by physical exertion, and utterly debilitating, it's a significant and often overlooked indicator that something deeper is at play. Secondly, look for a loss of interest or pleasure in activities you once loved, often called anhedonia. Think about your favorite hobbies, pastimes, or even just hanging out with friends. Do they still spark joy, curiosity, or engagement? When depression sets in, the things that once brought you immense pleasure, your favorite show, a beloved book, a passion project, stimulating conversation, or even the taste of your favorite food, suddenly feel flat, meaningless, or like an unbearable chore. You might go through the motions attempting to engage, but the emotional reward is conspicuously absent. It's a hollow feeling, a quiet despair that strips the color from your world, leaving experiences feeling monochrome and utterly unfulfilling. This isn't just boredom, it's the vanishing of the very capacity to experience joy. Our third sign involves noticeable changes in appetite or weight. Depression can significantly manifest in our physical habits, particularly around food. For some, it presents as a significant decrease in appetite, finding food unappealing, bland, or even nauseating, leading to unintentional and sometimes rapid weight loss. The simple act of eating can feel like too much effort. For others, the emotional distress might lead them to turn to food for comfort, resulting in overeating, often of unhealthy foods, and subsequent weight gain. These changes aren't just about a fluctuating diet or a temporary preference. They represent a deeper shift in your body's complex regulation systems, a clear physiological signal that something profound and internal is amiss. Fourth, let's talk about sleep disturbances. Sleep is absolutely vital for our mental and physical well-being, and depression often disrupts it profoundly. This isn't just an occasional restless night or a bad dream. It can present as persistent insomnia, where you struggle endlessly to fall asleep, or wake up frequently during the night, staring at the ceiling as your mind races with anxious thoughts or a heavy emptiness. Conversely, it can also manifest as hypersomnia, where you re-sleeping excessively often 10 to 12 hours a day, or even more yet still feeling utterly exhausted and unrefreshed upon waking. Neither extreme provides the restorative rest your body and mind desperately need, leaving you perpetually drained and caught in a vicious cycle. Now, for our fifth sign, persistent feelings of worthlessness or guilt. This goes far beyond normal self-doubt or a healthy sense of responsibility. With depression, you might find yourself constantly berating yourself, feeling inherently inadequate, like a pervasive failure, or believing you're a burden to others. You might feel an overwhelming, irrational sense of guilt over things that are minor, entirely out of your control, or even purely imagined. This corrosive inner critic can be relentless, chipping away at your self-esteem and making it nearly impossible to see your own inherent value or acknowledge any accomplishments. It's a fundamental erosion of self-worth that permeates every thought and action. Sixth, watch out for difficulty concentrating or making decisions. If you find yourself struggling with tasks that used to be easy, reading a book, following a conversation, watching a movie, or even just deciding what to eat for dinner, it could be a significant sign. This pervasive brain fog makes focus elusive, like trying to think through a thick, murky liquid. Even simple choices can feel monumental, leading to mental paralysis and an inability to get things done, exacerbating feelings of failure. It's not about being easily distracted by your phone. It's about a deep mental sluggishness and cognitive impairment that fundamentally affects your ability to process information and make choices. Our seventh sign is increased irritability or restlessness. While many people primarily associate depression with profound sadness, it can just as often manifest as persistent irritability, anger, or an agitated restlessness. You might find yourself snapping at loved ones over minor issues, feeling constantly on edge, or having an uncharacteristically short fuse. Alongside this, you might experience a restless energy, an inability to sit still, or a general feeling of pervasive unease that prevents you from ever truly relaxing. It's a different, often misunderstood, facet of the same internal struggle, where profound emotional pain boils over into frustration and agitation. Coming to the eighth sign, unexplained aches and pains. Our mental and physical health are deeply, inextricably interconnected. When you're depressed, your body can often react with a host of physical symptoms that have no clear medical cause, baffling both you and your doctors. This could include persistent headaches, chronic back pain, digestive issues like irritable bowel syndrome, or general muscle aches and body pain that seem to come and go without explanation. It's your body signaling distress. It's a profound physical manifestation of your underlying emotional and psychological pain, a clear indication that your entire system is under immense strain. Finally, and most seriously, if you experience recurrent thoughts of death or self-harm, this is a critical red flag that must never, under any circumstances, be ignored or dismissed. These thoughts can range from wishing you wouldn't wake up, to fantasizing about escaping your overwhelming pain, to developing concrete plans for self-harm or ending your life. If these thoughts appear, even fleetingly, it is an urgent, undeniable sign that professional help is needed immediately. Please, never dismiss these as mere mood swings or dramatic expressions. They are a profound cry for help from a mind in deep, often unbearable, distress. If you or someone you know is experiencing these thoughts, please reach out for immediate assistance. Recognizing these signs isn't about getting a formal diagnosis on your own, but about understanding that your feelings are valid, and there might be a deeper, more profound reason for your struggles than just being lazy. If these signs resonated with you, if you see yourself in these detailed descriptions, please know that you are absolutely not alone and effective. Compassionate help is truly available. Depression is a serious, debilitating condition, but it is highly treatable, and a path to recovery, well-being, and reclaiming your life is genuinely possible. You don't have to carry this immense burden alone or suffer in silence, believing it's a personal failing. Reach out to a professional, a trusted doctor, a therapist, a counselor, or a mental health helpline. Your inherent worth isn't tied to your productivity, your perceived strength, or your ability to hustle. It's fundamental and intrinsic. And understanding what's truly happening within you is the brave, essential first step towards healing and reclaiming your life. Take that step because you absolutely deserve to feel better, to experience joy again, and to live a life free from this profound burden. If this video resonated deeply with you, please hit the like button. Share it with someone who might desperately need to hear this message. And subscribe to Psychtrum for more in-depth insights into mental well-being, psychological wisdom, and actionable strategies for a healthier mind. Your journey to understanding and healing starts now.